and I welcome you all. I welcome you all for this webinar on balancing personal and professional life through art of living techniques during pandemic. Our personal greetings to our guest of honor, Mr. Shivappa KM, Art of Living faculty and also President of Chirantana Education and Societal Trust. He is also the founder and CEO of Excel VLSI Technologies Private Limited. And I also welcome our beloved HOD sir, Dr. T.C. Manjunath. He is a head of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. And I also heartily welcome our webinar's main coordinators, Professor Madhura R. and Professor Manasa R.K. And lastly, on behalf of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, I welcome the staff and students who have joined this webinar, and I welcome you all once again. Our guest of honor, Mr. Shivappa KM, is passionate about education, yoga, meditation, and music. Being a trained faculty from Art of Living Foundation, he conducts yoga classes and satsang in order to hearten the consciousness of people. In his quest to contribute to the society, he has established a couple of schools to focus on primary and primary education in rural areas. Now, I request Mr. Shivappa KM, sir, to take over the session. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Kritika, for that introduction. Good words. Just a quick check. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Screen is visible, sir.
Thank you all for joining this session. So when I was asked about the topic for the webinar, I suggested it's very apt at this point in time to speak about something which is close to my heart and what I have been practicing in my life, both personal and professional. Two pillars for one's life, they have to be managed or balanced, for a happy living, right? So I start this with what Art of Living stands for. Art of Living, as Guruji says, human evolution has two steps. One is being somebody to being nobody. We are somebody, and we have been identifying ourselves with something by name and by our identity, right? And from that to being everybody. Now connecting to the world, connecting to the environment around us, right? So that is moving from nobody to being everybody, right? So now this is what is required, and you have seen in this pandemic time where each one of us had a role to play, as a responsibility to be taken both at home and outside. One is helping the family, where some of us, some of our parents or our brothers, sisters going through this, corona pandemic, getting impacted. At the same time, you have to manage whatever may be our work, you being students or faculty members, and you have outside world role to play. You have to balance both, right? I know definitely it would have been a very stressful, right, in our mind. What is this going on, right? Today, we are not able to even go and then perform rituals for our own beloved people who had nurtured us, who have taken care of us, right? That is what is the situation. Now we are in a dilemma, right? Whether I have to take care of myself, if I go and I get impacted, affected. So definitely, all the situations we have gone through and then we have managed in our own way. All these can be better managed with the clarity of mind, with the clarity of thoughts, and how art of living programs or art, Guruji's teachings have helped in this situation. And my own, experience as well, I will add where required. So as they have coined balancing personal and professional life through art of living techniques during pandemic. So I would like this session to be little interactive where I ask a question. What is the purpose of life? Definitely this question would have been raised in most of our mind, like when we are going through tough situation, when we are all everything going good. No, we don't really give damn attention to any of these things. But this question arises, what is the purpose of life? Can I take some answers? Take your views.
To find happiness and satisfaction in life.
Find happiness and satisfaction, definitely, right? That is the whole goal of life, correct? To be happy. Thanks for that answer. So to be happy, that's what. Then what is happiness? Yes, we want satisfaction, we want to be happy. Do we have the clarity what happiness means for me? Can someone comment?
The feeling which we get after achieving something of what we want or desire.
Achievement, yes. The feeling. Happiness means achievement in a way. Okay. Then you've achieved something. Are you all happy? You have seen for someone getting into IAS, becoming an IAS officer is an achievement. But you have seen some of the IAS officers committing suicide. Does it mean happiness means achieving something? Exactly.
No, sir.
Then you all want to become engineers. With the dream you have started your career, you have become an engineer. You have become, whatever you dreamt to be. Right, precisely. It is about what I meant. The example I gave, it is just temporary. How long you celebrate your rank? Let us say you got first rank in your engineering. How long you can keep celebrating? One day, 1 week, until people keep clapping on you. And how long they also keep appreciating you? They have their own business to take care of. Correct? That's where today many of the celebrities are getting into depression. The moment they start seeing that the number of following in the Twitter, they're going down. Look at the irony. Right? Then what the happiness means, it is about physical, mental, and intellectual well-being of an individual. This is more permanent for any individual. Can I be physically, that is healthy? When I am healthy, then I can do something. Then is my mind okay? Means my thoughts are okay. And am I applying my brain? Now, when these three things are body, mind, intellect, when these three things are in coordination, when they are working, then that is what it is. Now, rest all, anyway, it happens. Your study happens, for somebody job happens, you work, you earn. Yes or no? You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Then that is a byproduct. That is assured. The moment you have these three and managed well, anyway, you achieve success, whatever you intend to be. And now, even though success is temporary, today getting a rank could be a success. Tomorrow, becoming a CEO of a company could be, because you are all in engineering, you are all going to be potential entrepreneurs. Maybe running a company or becoming CEO of Google could be your dream. and then that you may call it success. But still, this platform of your body, mind, intellect, that has to be maintained, right, in the same state, same bliss, because you said, and we all know, ultimate goal of life, or purpose of life is to be happy. Now, today's definition of success is just, I want to take little management thoughts here. It is one of the psychologists, American psychologist called Maslow, Abraham Maslow. He came up with this, where what success means, and this is a theory of needs, okay, hierarchy of needs they call. See, one is physiological needs. We all need basics, this food, water. We have seen, we from Art of Living, during this pandemic, we have supplied a lot of food packets to the needy people, right, during lockdown and all that, the basics, water, sleep, shelter, this is the need. Next is, now you have this, are you happy and then just stay with it? No, you need something else, right? You need security for life. I am living here, I am assuming 100 years, then I need to think of how I manage my 100 years, even if my parents are not taking care of me. Anyway, they will go after some time, and our children, it's a big question, right? And so security, how I can take care of my personal, financial, my retirement life and health, right? The well-being. Next is the social needs. Now, when I first two things, my own personal. Now, next comes, okay, am I happy after getting all this? No, I want to tell someone, to share someone that I am this, I have this much money, I have this bungalow, or I have this knowledge, right? So social needs. Now I want a community to share. I want friends. I want to share with friends, family, and I want to build intimacy, right? Social needs. Next is self-esteem. Now I shared, then what is next? I want my own self-esteem to be at some level. What do you imagine to be my status in society? What am I? Whom does people recognize, right? And my own self-confidence, right? And self-actualization, okay? So self-actualization. So I just tell one small story. Guruji says, is one person, he achieved something, and his award function was held somewhere in other city. Let us say in Karnataka, you achieved something, and then you go and then you are receiving a president award. And when he is receiving the award, he is looking around, who's there? When he looks at, all these people are from that place, maybe New Delhi, right? Nobody from Karnataka. Then what does that award means to him? He will look for somebody from his village where he is, born and brought up, to be identified that, oh, he is my friend who is receiving this award. And then he takes pride in sharing that. Now, the last thing is the self-actualization. Now I got some position in the society, then self-actualization. Now I am the boss of not somebody, boss of myself, right? A sense of achievement, right? So if you look at the physiological needs can be satisfied by earning, and your own plans for the retirement and the job security, healthcare, and social needs connect with the family. Becoming, now I am part of Art of Living, right? I know most of you, or many of you, are associated with something, your own community nearby, or your own associations, your own trusts, right? And then our college community. for that matter, right? And respect, position, and finally the leadership or the success where you come up with. Now look at this. If you look at even during pandemic, what position each of us have taken. Somebody, government is making some rules, they are bringing lockdown, they are supposed to be making certain things available. All this is done by the leadership. But when we take a position of only physiological needs, then right there we are in the receiving stage. Of course, that is where all the uproar happens, all this blame game happens, because I take a position here. I am expecting someone to do something, right? So that's where in art of living we say responsibility. So the moment you say you take a responsibility, and it comes with your own actions, and you will become a leader. So just I thought of giving this in this context, how we define in real world the success, of course, but the success, how to achieve the success is balancing in life. To be happy and successful, right? We need to strike a balance between personal and professional life. So what is personal? It is about ourselves. It's about me. It's about my emotional things. It's about my knowledge. What is professional? Of course, many of your students, some of your faculty members, right? So that is your relation to the world, your relation to the society, where, of course, I normally talk about 2 E's, is to be managed. Basically, one is emotions and other is economics. For pandemic, just clapping for the health workers is emotional, and at the same time supplying healthcare materials is economical or economy. Most of the time we intermix things, where the moment we say, even in art of living we charge for courses. When we say no, everything has to be free, no, ashram has to run, art of living organization has to run, it has to sustain itself, and we cannot beg someone or depending on donations to run the organization. That's where we charge nominal and we give very precise knowledge to the world. Now, does your happiness depends completely on money? I know many of us, that's what I'm talking about, the intermixing things. We intermix saying that no, money is not important. Is it really true? In fact, the whole world runs behind money and it is circling around money. Right? But what is important to understand is this money is having utility value. You get money, you get things out of money, but at the same time, you have to maintain that is not the whole. Money is a byproduct. Money should not be the goal in life. Money anyway comes. The moment you're taking care of your personal and professional things, money should be byproduct. It should not be the major product, or that should not be the whole thing to be chased on. So you follow your passion, money comes. So when choosing your career, I know many of you, whether you are, when a company comes to the campus, then whoever is offering more, that's where that will become your dream job or dream company, right? So you see what your inner soul says, or inner mind says, this what you are passionate about. Follow your passion, right? Today you may not get such a great offer, but definitely down the line you will get double or triple than what you would receive today. Now we are talking about balancing personal and professional life. Then what are the types of problems we see? Personal, it's about all these problems are what we see can be bucketed into 3 or 4 items, things. Personal health problem, right? And could be relationship problem, It's very important, right? You as teens and even others, actually elders, we have to manage the relationship, healthy relationship, right? So most of the difficulties, in fact, it is not body difficulties, it is mental difficulties we get because we mess up our relationship. We don't know what to expect. The moment I'll tell you the truth about relationship is the moment you start expecting anything from others and getting into relationship is anyway, any day is going to be a problem. Can you accept a person without any expectation? That relationship will last long. Professional, it could be finance, job, those problems could be, and societal, you think about the society. Now that minister did like this, that politician did like this, all this, right? Now that's, you're worrying, right? But that's a problem, right? What position I can take to solve a problem, right? That is up to an individual, right? So what I am trying to say, I'm summing up the kind of problems here, the issues, but there is an action required from me. What is that I need to do, right, in order to maintain this well-being? And look at my very first slide where I want to be happy and successful. That is why I need to solve these problems for myself and also to the things around me, to the environment around me. Then how do we manage and balance this? So little bit I take you to something very obvious, but do we give attention to it? See, we exist as human being at 7 levels. Okay, how one can identify other person? Now, how can I identify Kritika? I am taking random name, right? So what is the very first level of existence any human being exists? Can I get some answers?
Their
How do you
name.
identify? Name, yes. Okay. Where is your name? Name can be renamed. Go and submit an affidavit and then you can change your name. Is it permanent?
Physical body.
Physical body, correct. Very first gross level, we exist as body. Before body, does the name came? You gave, because we want to identify this face, this structure with some name. That's where name came into picture. The very first level. Now there is a body. Is it good enough? What is the next level? Go from gross level to subtle level. What is the next level of existence?
Mind.
Mind. So okay, you have body, you have mind. Go from one level to other. You have body.
Consciousness.
Sorry?
Sir, consciousness.
Consciousness. Do you know where is your consciousness? Do you know where is your mind?
The personality and behavior.
Behavior, personality. Yes. Now I am looking at very obvious. You have a body. Now, what is the difference between this body and rolled in PPE kit and then getting in there? What is the difference between this body and the other body?
Soul is not there.
Soul is not there. Have you
The
seen
wrapped body, soul will
Wrapped?
not be there.
Have you seen the soul in that and here?
No, but living body, soul will be there.
In depth.
Breath.
Breath. That is the major difference. The moment the breath stops, how many of you are aware of your breath? How many of you are aware that you are breathing? How much attention are we giving to our breathing? Today, I think that attention, right? People are taking oximeters and measuring what is my oxygen level. So next is the breath. Body, breath. The moment you are breathing, then other faculties. Some of you mentioned other faculty. Then there is meaning to it. There is a mind even in other category also. Next is you mind. See, there is a breath, there is body. Is that all? Is it good enough to perform all your actions? You have thoughts. That's what thoughts in your mind. What is the next level? You have body, you have breath, you have mind. Is it good enough to perform all your actions? What is next? Think a little bit. Just I'm going from gross to the more subtle level.
Energy.
Energy. Any other answers?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Can we say memory? Whom are you calling this knowledgeable person?
Consciousness.
Yes, whatever. See, you are living with now. Why engineers are preferred for some jobs? Because you have studied something and you remember those. Today in interviews we see actually. So that I studied in first semester, sir. I don't remember. No. People you are hired, engineers are hired because they have studied engineering. They remember the techniques, or they remember what they have, studied. Memory. How do you? Simple example, right? When at some point in your life you had put your hand into a hot substance, you sensed that it is hot. Now with that memory, that substance is hot, right? Next is intellect. Because of the lack of time, I'm just moving on. So you have mind, you have memory. What is the difference between mind and intellect? Mind always, what is the nature of mind? It always oscillates between past and present, past and future. Sorry. Now, how many of you are here with me on this presentation? Now, your mind may be thinking sometime going here, there. No, some of you I know definitely will be thinking, no, suddenly you're soaked or put into something what you are not interested in. This is the last thing you want to visit. There may be some subject study may be important. You may be feeling important now, or some assessment. No, that is also important. That is the right thing I'm talking about here. The balance of these two are very important. The moment you feel headache, how will you study? You need to take care of your headache, your body. So living in the present, we say in Art of Living, bring the whole thing into your present. Not that you don't plan. Even when you're planning, you be in the present, right? That's the nature of mind. And even nature of memory, we say all garbages, I call all negative experiences we carry, rather positive experiences. That's why generally all this people say, okay, carry good memories. In order to do that, you have to cultivate or practice. Intellect, see, I was differentiating between mind and intellect. Intellect will say mind, all, both plus and minus. Any thought can come. So your mind, a thought comes, says that, okay, today you don't attend class. And a thought comes, no, go and attend class. Now who has to decide? Your intellect in you says go and attend, right? And ego. See, I keep saying this trend. In my company, engineers join, and their behavior, all when I look at, he is the first engineer in the world. You are also students, you are studying engineering, whatever, third semester, fifth semester, whatever, right? There are lakhs of engineers. Of course, all your faculty members are engineers, MTech, all your professors have done PhDs. We are not the one. I am not the first person doing engineering. I'm just, don't take it in an offensive manner. I'm just giving an example. So let us be humble, right? And let us be humble on what we do, what we, perform, right? So that is ego. Every one of us will carry that ego. Good ego is good. Knowledge is ego. That has to be channelized. Okay, and the last thing some of you mentioned, soul, self, that's what we talk about. Okay, these are the 7 levels of existence. So these needs to be managed in order to perform good as a good citizen, good human being. Okay, so when we talk about the mind, I pick up one shloka from Bhagavad Gita. So, I know I'm, not relating this to a particular religion. Today, many of the management books, even foreign authors, whatever they have written, they are here and there, they are all based on some of these things they have taken from Bhagavad Gita. It is, there is nothing called that mind, this mind, that religion mind or not. So it is not about it. Just it has to be practiced for whatever may be the religion it is. So there is one shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So it says about the nature of mind. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudukshar dushkaram. See, it is Arjuna asking Krishna that my mind is restless. It is turbulent, it is strong, and it is more difficult to control than the wind. That's what he asks actually. It is in Gita chapter 6. And the answer comes very precise and very practical. So this beauty of this is, now many of these things are available, given thousands of years ago. They are there as just, tip of this one, but we need to just read and practice. So he says, Asamchayam mahabaho manodur nigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagena cha grahyate. So precise, what you say is correct, Arjuna. It is everyone's problem. The mind is indeed very difficult to control, but there is a solution. Only by practice it can be controlled. So even today, it is more relevant even for you. Much of the theory you might know. What is finally mattering even for the industry is about your practice, right? So this is your personal maintenance of your mind, right? You have to manage your mind. So now, what are the techniques? See, though Art of Living, of course, these are all based, some of the teachings, very strong fundamentals and the foundations have been, put by many of our rishis and our, Vedas, Upanishads, but only the gist of it, even if we take, that is really, good enough for us. So I just introduce this. Even in Bhagavad, they say samatvam yoga uchyate. So when we are talking about balance, it is equanimity is yoga. Yoga is not about only performing some asanas. So according to Patanjali Yoga Sutras, there are 8 limbs of yoga. So clearly this is prescribed. It's a prescription. It's a prescription for one's life. So one is yamas. One needs to follow social ethics. What we expect, right, from others is what we need to practice and give to others. For example, ahimsa, kindness, satya, truth, right? We expect others to be truthful to me. Am I truthful to others? Am I showing kindness? Asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, moderation. Brahmacharya here, it means just detachment. Do things with detachment. The moment you are attached, only you will get obsessed. Aparigraha, generosity, that is yamas. Niyamas, for everything there is a rule. Right here, personal practices to be more effective, there are niyamas, rules. Saucha, purity. It is about body cleanliness and environment around us to be clean. Correct? Santosha, what we do with more contentment and joy. Why we need to worry? Oh, this subject, this electromagnetics. No. Prejudice. Do anything you do, done with happiness. That is what our goal. Tapas. Swadhyaya, self-study. Just look at yourself. How is your behavior? When you get angry, when you get more peaceful, correct? Then surrender. So you as coming as students, anytime you go, you just sit there with a blank mind. Then you fill it in. That is what is surrenderness. We cannot be having prejudice and then getting anything, right? Then to take care of our body, asanas, some comfortable postures, and we have to see body is about, we have to stretch the body in order to relax. And pranayams, we spoke about 7 levels of existence. Now this is the food for all. Pranayam for breathing. There are very good breathing techniques. In fact, lot of art of living breathing workshops have helped during pandemic, where oxygen levels have come up with the deep and Ujjayi breathing techniques and Sudarshana Kriya, what we teach in art of living. And honoring, right? And pratyahara, right? So pratyahara means it is not only for food, for everything. It should be, it is not more, not less. It is moderate, right? And dharana, concentration, dhyana. See, up till 6, it needs effort. But 7 and 8, dhyana and samadhi, it is concentration, meditation and the samadhi. It is dropping all the efforts and letting go and getting into a deeper state of yourself. Okay, so even for this, there is a prescription in Bhagavad Gita. Even for food, yukta hara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha. See, where there has to be a balance. I picked up specifics here which talks about balance, which talks about moderation, how much food we have to eat. In fact, if you look at, if you hold your hands like this, how much it can fill, that much you need to eat. But most of the time we keep, if we like some food, we keep some 1 tower, right? Something very tasty, we eat more. Something not so good, we don't, right? So it is about good habits of eating, temperate, moderate, even sleeping. So today Sunday, I will sleep 10 hours. Other day, I sleep 4 hours. Exam time, 4 hours. No, right? There has to be a moderate. And even working and even recreation. All party all the time, is it good? You'll become wreck actually, right? Yes, recreation is required once in a while. You have to work. Yes, not all 24 hours working. So precise. That's where I picked up this, and that is the, and with this you can mitigate all material pains by practicing this. Now in short, just trying to summarize, there are many things. Actually, there are, if you go deeper, there are chakras, there are nadis, and there are koshas. Really, it's a science. Knowing about ourselves itself is a science. And what else could be more? That is where many of the yogis, they get into the inner science than getting to learn any science which is happening across the world, right? That is, so in short, if you want to maintain good health and body, you have to take nice food and exercise and yogasanas and work. These all will be helpful to take care of our body. That's important. With that, that's a vehicle which you carry out everything. Breath. So this practicing pranayama and sudarshana kriya, you can see, we normally use, we they say at least 30 to 40% of our lungs capacity is used. I think many say, researches have been done with the rhythmic breathing techniques, and also like Sudarshana Kriya with Ujjayi breathing, you can increase the amount of oxygen what you can take. And really this you can experience. For example, when you feel headache, when your oxygen levels are low, that has been the normal symptom what you have seen, right? And take care of mind and memory. What is the food for it? Meditation, dhyana. So really, if you meditate, you can channelize your thoughts. You can then intellect and ego, knowledge, be in knowledge path, right? Know what is truth, what is nitya and what is anitya, right? And do some service. I'll tell you, the moment, as long as we keep worrying about me, myself, no, we have not really lived the life. Go and see somebody who was really, need of any help, it could be, right? And at least not all of 24 hours, some time. That brings you a different angle to your life. This has been my experience, in fact, right? And I'll tell you experience. Why, if a successful person gives a statement, if Bill Gates gives a statement, people will listen. If you make a statement, or if some, why it will not be taken? Because it comes from their experience, right? It is proven, correct? That's where we have to practice, go through that experience, and then really we can share. Of course, the self, the deeper meditation techniques and the samadhi. I'll tell you, we will do some meditations today, and we'll also do some pranayams. Hopefully, I think I'm on time with this. So not much I have put. So 4 stages of practice now I have put. Okay, these are all there. How do we practice and what are the stages I want to put? First is the study, right? You have to acquire the knowledge, right? So this also is there is a prescription: Viveka, Vairagya, Chat Sampatti, Shamadhama, Shraddha, Titiksha, Uparati, Samadhana. So this all talks about how you can manage, right? Your peace and your faith and your endurance. Titiksha is about endurance. Shraddha is faith, right? Uparati is taking off what is not required, right? And having a say on your mind is dhamma. Okay, do it with satisfaction, contentment, that is samadhana. Mukshatva, go beyond what this body, whole thing going on, what is next, right? So this, once you acquire, then you go with these 3 things. One is shravana, listen to the teachings, right? Hearing, seeing, perceiving is shravana. Next is thinking, debating, brainstorming what you heard. It is not that just somebody says you have to just go. No, you reflect on the teachings, you talk about it, you brainstorm, contemplate it, and then that is manana. The third and the last one is the nididhyasana. Anywhere you go, finally this comes where practice, right? The hard practice. Why I picked up this one is, especially engineering, whoever comes out, no, they don't have hands-on experience. They clearly assume like that. That is, because of not much hands-on done, right? So these are the 3 levels. Once you acquire a knowledge, or the process of acquiring knowledge is shravana, manana, nididhyasana. Now, okay, all this. Now there are doubts. What doubts? What we doubt? I doubt about the textbook. I doubt about this prescription itself. That is out of my prejudice, right? And then I doubt about the teacher. This happens very much. No, the teacher, they come and prepare and then teach. No, are they practicing? Do they answer on all our questions, right? About the technique? No, I am not sure whether it works. See, these kind of statements, when it comes, is we have to minimize this kind of statements. No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Then who knows? Who has to know? Just reflect on it, right? About the self. Now, what is the answer for all the doubts? In spirituality, we say faith and practice. In spirituality, it is about faith coming first and experimenting later. In science, you have knowledge first, then faith follows. See, in science, we don't believe anything unless it is proved, right? The vaccination, let them prove that, let them apply to some and then say it is, working. Then I believe. That is science. But in spirituality, there also, lot of Ayurveda, lot of these medicines have helped many corona patients because they had faith in this. right? Then knowledge follows. Then you have to believe in the techniques. You have to believe and then do. Automatically, it happens. Right? So how it helps is you will be more stable and you will have trust about yourself and also about the society. And you are very happy that you are following moral ethics and you are passionate and you are moving towards the things which you are passionate about, and then definitely success is guaranteed. So out of all these practices, you get higher energy, creativity, alertness, and you are enthusiastic and you're spontaneous, being agile, and you are listening. Skills will improve your observation. See, very important listening skill. Most of the time, even for faculty members, it's only to teach. And for students, it's only to listen, right? So listening skill, it's very important. Most of the time today, very less listeners. Everyone has to cultivate the habit of listening in order to talk, in fact, right? So very important. And clarity of mind and ability to resolve conflict. Today we want problem solvers, not problem creators. We need clarity of mind and ability of problem solving and decision making will improve when you manage yourself. And normally fools create conflicts, and an intelligent person knows how to resolve conflicts. Especially it applies more for you as engineers, that you all need to be resolving conflicts or solving problems, right? Or it could be technical, it could be personal, it could be societal, whatever, right? We should go as problem solvers, right? And stress management and enhanced immunity, all the practices will help for immunity and also and best use of our body, mind, intellect. And I perform all this with more peace in mind, with more energy and more calmness by practice of pranayama and meditation. And humor, this is also one of the important aspect of life, where the moment any successful, have you seen a doctorate always having a long face? No, that is not the sign of intelligent person, or that is not a sign of successful person. Maybe you can take an example of Abdul Kalam, where how so humble, interacting with even children of whenever he goes and then talk to them, that humbleness, right? And even humor. Humor is very important actually. So making it lighter. Okay, it's not laughing out loud. That is also there, but making a situation and any environment lighter. That's what what we like is what we are. What we need to exhibit is the meaning here. We don't like any such serious person. We don't even go near. Forget it, right? So now, art of living. We have done a lot of seva activities during this pandemic, and in fact, Ayurvedic College in Bangalore and Sri Sri Agricultural University in Bhubaneswar, they were made as COVID care centers, and free food supply, healthcare, oxygen supply, all these our volunteers have helped, and free meditations every day, 3 times by Sri Sri personally during lockdown period to boost the morality, boost the confidence level, and boost actually the energy levels, and also people should not get depressed, getting into some stress mode. So that way these meditations have helped. And art of living has conducted a lot of BMW workshops, breath meditation workshop we call, and even now they are happening 4 days, 2.5 hours each day, and they can be registered in this link. And these programs are available right from 8-year-old child till 80-year-old. Only qualification is people should be breathing. That's it. So you can go to this website, and then all these programs, art of living programs, are available. You can enroll. So now we will have one short talk by Shri.
ambassador of peace. His vision of a stress-free, violence-free society has united
on studies acquiring knowledge.
Sorry.
His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar is a humanitarian leader, spiritual teacher, and an ambassador of peace. His vision of a stress-free, violence-free society has united millions of people across the globe through service projects and courses from the art of living.
The ancient rishis divided life into 4 parts. First 25 years of your life, focus on studies acquiring knowledge. They call that brahmacharyas. First 25 years. So a student has to work hard. He should not run after pleasure. This was the rule. One who is after pleasure, he can't get knowledge. And if you want to acquire knowledge, you have to work hard. You can't go on pleasure trips. And then from 25 to 50, they said, is the time for pleasure. Enjoy your life. Take on responsibility. Family, children, all that. It's called Grihasthashram, the household. Next 25 years. And then from 50 to 75, they said social life. You have done enough. You have enjoyed your life. You have done enough for your children, your family, mine. That's enough. You have acquired enough. But now you should share it with the rest of the world. Extended family. That's called Vanaprasthash. Between 50 and 75. By 50, you have acquired, enjoyed all that you want to do. If you have not done by 50, you are not going to do it anymore. It's not going to happen. So then from 50 to 75, said is the time for you to do social work, social service. Share your knowledge with everybody. Then you are not thinking mine, my life, my family. It's ours. Our world, our society, our people. And then from 75 to 100 years, it's called sannyas. It means renunciation, recluse. Renounce everything. And all that you have to think is just sit and go deep within. Meditate. And keep moving, And then wisdom. From you transfer wisdom to people. So they said these are the 4 ashramas.
To avail of knowledge talks by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, call our toll-free number .
So, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
See,
Visible.
we will do simple pranayams, and then I have a short meditation. So just let me know if wait 1 minute. Let me adjust something here. Okay, so all of you just are you okay to do pranayam? For 5 minutes pranayam, and then we'll do one short meditation. Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me see myself where. Just I'm adjusting my settings. Okay, so let me know if you can. Clear, no? It's visible. At least, you know, when I'm showing some mudras and all, you should be able to see. It's visible, right? Video is okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the settings has to be closed.
Yeah, I'll close that. Okay, so see, pranayams is just to channelize our pranic energy. It is subtle energy within us, and we channelize. And we will do one such Sukshma pranayama. Sukshma means it is subtle. Okay, so Sukshma pranayama, see, most of the time, right, especially our head and the face region, normally, you know, we don't give much attention to every organ or indriya, right? So just hold like this with 3 fingers, and you can do gentle massage to your head. All of you, even you can turn on video and you can do just like how I am doing. Just gentle press, right? When you get headache,
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ನಿಜ. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್, ಒಂದು ನಿವ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
Can you mute all, Madhura?
ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂತೆ.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Yeah.
Now it is audible, sir.
Yeah, I think it was muted. Okay.
Yeah.
Eyebrows, and then like this, you press your head like this. And your chin, just press, sorry, your complete face, and your nose, your lip, your chin. You can do, I'm just guiding, later you can do slowly, all this can be. And your eyes, open your eyes and then do 360-degree rotation. Your eyes also needs some exercise. 360-degree rotation, left to right and right to left. Only eyeballs will be moving. And up and down, how much you can see. And close your eyes completely and then open. Close and open, do it 3 times. Okay. And even your tongue, right? Just throw your tongue outside, how much it's possible, like this. And your jaws, open your mouth as much as possible. Close, left, right. So this is Sukshma Pranayama, which you do for your head region and face, where your muscles in your face will get relaxed. And so with this, if you are feeling mild headache and all, you can do this whenever in your, sitting wherever you are, right? So this is Sukshma Pranayama. This is, I think most of you know this, Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. Anywhere you can do, where two fingers on your forehead and your ring finger on one nostril and thumb on the other nostril, like this. Breathe in, breathe out in the other nostril, alternate nostril. Then breathe in the other one. Hold, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Do it some 8-9 times. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand in Chin Mudra on your knees. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. You can close your eyes and do once you know. Continue another 4 or 5 times. In, hold, out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Relax. Whenever Vishrama, relaxation means you can keep your palms on your knees and palms facing the ceiling. So normally, general prescription, we don't block the energy by like this. Okay. Madhishodhan Pranayam. Next is we will do Brahmari Pranayam. Brahmari means like a bee. Okay. So the position is like this. Both the hands, little finger below your lips, ring finger above the lips, middle finger on your nose, forefinger on your eyebrows. Now your thumb into your ears. Okay. Now I'll tell you 5 times. Let us do Brahmari Pranayam. So take a normal breath in, breathe out. Now take a deep breath in. While you are breathing out, you make a sound. Okay, once you can see also, see me. Breathe in. So your head should vibrate with this sound, resonate with this sound, and your body also. Can you do it? Okay. Do with the instruction. Take a deep breath in. Second round. While breathe in, while breathing out, make a sound. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Relax. Let us do Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, how we do is, we will breathe in from nose, breathe out from our stomach. Okay, so where, see once, breathe in, you should feel this is going inside and then throwing it out. With all this, you are taking away unwanted gases in our body. Okay, more oxygen into the body and more carbon dioxide or anything unwanted gas will come out. Okay, let us do. Breathe in. You do at your own pace. Relax. Once again, breathe in. Relax. Breathe in. Again. Relax. Last round. Breathe in. Breathe out from the stomach. And relax. This is Kapalabhati. Last one, we will do Bhastrika Pranayama. Okay, so some of you have done Art of Living course, you know. Okay, Bhastrika Pranayama. So let us do 10 rounds. So loose fist in front of your shoulders. Okay, your hands touching your body. Loose fist. Don't hold tightly. Loose fist. Right now you can open your eyes and then do. Okay, and then whenever I say breathe in, you just, your hands goes up and then you are releasing your hands. Okay, now breathe in means like this. Breathe out, clear your nose now itself, and you just forcibly, you have to breathe out using your nose. Okay, like this. We should hear the sound. Okay, so completely it should come out. Okay, can we do? Take a position, loose first in front of your shoulders. Take a normal breath in, breathe out. Take a deep breath in, breathe out completely. Keep a gentle smile on your face. Now with force and enthusiasm together, breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, 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 out, and relax. spine erect. You can keep the eyes closed. This will do another 2 rounds. Keep the eyes closed and do. I'll give instruction. Take a position for second round of Bhastrika Pranayam. Close fists in front of your shoulders. Take a normal breath in, spine erect. Head off, chin off. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out completely. Now with force and enthusiasm together, breathe in, out, in, 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 out, and relax. Just observe the sensations in your body. Third and final round of Bhastrika Pranayam. Take a position. Close fist in front of your shoulders. Take a normal breath in. Breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out completely. Now with force and enthusiasm together, breathe in, 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 out, and relax. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. So we'll do one short meditation. Just keep your eyes closed.
Keep our spine erect, रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधा रखें, कंधों को ढीला छोड़ दें और आंखें बंद कर लीजिएगा। एक गहरी सांस लीजिए और सांस को रोकिए और रोकना छोड़ दें, सांस अपने आप बाहर निकलने दें। और अपने आप सांस फिर भरने लगेगा, भरने दीजिए। सांस पूरी तरह से भरने के बाद रोकिए। जब सांस रोकते हैं, मन की स्थिति देख लीजिएगा। और रोकना धीरे धीरे छोड़िए और सांस अपने आप बाहर आने लग जाएगी। फिर एक बार सांस लेंगे। सांस पूरा भरने के बाद रोकेंगे रोककर अपना मन की स्थिति पर ध्यान देंगे। सब थम सा गया है, सब रुक गया है। सांस रुकते ही मन भी रुक जाता है। और ज़्यादा रोक नहीं पाएंगे तो आप रोकना बंद कर दीजिए, सांस अपने आप बाहर आने लगेगा। अब शरीर को सुकून मिल रहा है, विश्राम मिल रहा है, इस वक्त उस पर भी ध्यान दें। मन ही मन अपना शरीर के प्रति सम्मान का भाव रखें। अरबों खरबों अणु परमाणुओं से बना है आपका शरीर। यह शरीर हमारे लिए मिला हुआ एक अद्भुत देन है। Honor your own body. Your body is the most precious gift to you from nature. The millions and trillions of cells in your body. Now become aware of the air all around you and inside of you. The second dimension, the breath. It is the breath that is keeping us alive. ये सांस ही हमारा साथी रही है जब से हम आए दुनिया में, और आखिरी क्षण तक सांस हमारे साथ रहेगी। ये जीवन का साथी है सांस। जैसे जल में मछली, ऐसे हवा में हम हैं। भीतर और बाहर की हवा को एक साथ महसूस करें। Feel the air inside and outside of you simultaneously. Now breathe in with a smile and breathe out with a smile. As you smile, all the muscles in your face and in the brain gets deep relaxation. अब तीसरे आयाम पर चलते हैं, मन, जिसमें विचार घूमते हैं, जहाँ भावनाएं उठती है, अपना ही मन। Let's move to the third dimension of our mind. Our body is like the wick of a candle. Mind is the glow all around it. शरीर बाती है तो मन ज्योति है। मन एक बादल जैसे शरीर के चारों ओर भीतर बाहर मंडराता है। आप मन ही हो। Our body is inside the mind. Rather, body is inside of you. As you relax, the mind expands. And as the mind expands, your body relaxes. Let's take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, relax even more. मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते विश्राम करें। जो भी विचार आ रहे हो मन में आने दें। अच्छे बुरे सभी विचारों को गले लगा लें। जैसे हर पात्र का अपना महत्व है, मन में हर विचार को भी अपना स्थान है। सब विचारों को गले लगा ले, स्वीकार कर ले। टेक देम ऑल विथ यू। You are much bigger than all these thoughts that hover around in the mind. A deep breath in and breathe out. सांस लीजिए और छोड़ें। कंधों को और ढीला छोड़ दें। Become aware of the vast sky. विशाल गगन का स्मरण करें। हमारी चेतना ऐसा ही है, आकाश जैसे विशाल। You are like the blue sky, unaffected, untainted. Relax and be yourself. अपने आप में विश्राम करें। Repose in yourself. Let go of all the tensions, all the worries. Repose in yourself. Any discomfort, any tension you feel anywhere in the body, just let it be. कहीं कोई तनाव लग रही हो या असुविधा लग रही, उसको रहने दें। वे अपने आप ठीक हो जाएंगे। आप अपने आप में विश्राम करें। Take another deep breath in, breathe out. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. धीरे से शरीर और परिसर के प्रति सजग हो जाएं। मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते एक और गहरी सांस लें और धीरे धीरे सांस छोड़ें और आंखें खोल सकते हो। Let us open our eyes slowly and gently.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Now, I request Professor Manasa RK to deliver vote of thanks.
Good morning to one and all. On the behalf of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, I, Manasa R, Assistant Professor, consider it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. Our special thanks to today's speaker, Mr. Shivappa KM, Art of Living Faculty President, Kirantana Educational and Social Trust, CEO and co-founder Excel VLSI Technologies Private Limited. I'm sure that the participants who attended the webinar are extremely benefited. I would like to extend our special thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. CPS Prakash, HOD Dr. TC Manjunath, staff members, and for making this event success. I must mention deep sense of appreciation to all the coordinators who actively participated. Once again, I thank one and all present for this event. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for attending this. Hopefully, all of you have enjoyed this session. And thanks a lot for Manjunath sir, Madhura, Kritika, and Manasa for coordinating this and giving me this opportunity to address all the students and faculty members. Hopefully, it has been a good one for you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Hope we have all regenerated. Any questions from the student side and as well as the faculty side?
Yeah, in case if any this thing which I can answer, definitely I can.
Any questions?
I request HOD to speak few words regarding.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
So first of all, I would like to thank Professor Shivappa for giving a very beautiful insight into this topic. So our staff members and students, it will be very useful. So of course, I had got another meeting, therefore I couldn't attend. So I heard from the people that it was a very nice interaction. So I know Professor Shivappa from the last 2-3 years, he is doing a lot of interaction with our college, especially with electronics department. Very good, more than I think he has given half a dozen talks also with respect to VLSI technologies and its topics in our library auditorium. And the thing is, this topic is entirely special. It is from the non-technical field, and he has taken a great spared his valuable time from his busy schedule, and he has given us a very good motivational words along with Guruji Ravi Shankar's talks, which was just like lockdown. The meditation scenario was very, very good. I think we also implement such things at least daily around 5 to 10 minutes per day. I think all our tension, rigor, this work pressure will be relieved and improve our health, and that will have also an effect on this corona to throw away this corona out of the dictionary. So he has given a very good this one for our staff members. I think more than around 90 people have joined from various departments, students and staffs. I'm especially thankful to the team of Madhura, Manasa and Kritika for organizing this. In fact, 1 hour is not sufficient. I think it would have been a 2-hour session. It would have been still very good, this one. And still, and another 1 or 2 topics also we will discuss with Madhura and see to it that we will again do a version 2 of this event. In fact, last 1.5 months back, we did a similar one to how to release the stress from one Professor Sudha madam had done this. It was a very good one. Lot of good interaction tips were given how to improve the health, release the tension and all. So this is a nice interaction with all our staff members, and that too with our electronics department. And I thank him from the entire departmental point of view, from all our faculties, teaching and non-teaching, and our 3 coordinators. So I thank him for his beautiful words of wisdom to our staff. Thank you. And I expect the same thing in our near future. And we are also planning to have some MOU with your company with respect to the internship students and all. I think it is not getting materialized. One day when you are free, when the full lockdown gets over, you can visit our department and we can discuss from the students' point of view, because students are for our customers. If students are happy, so we will be happy, and staff also will be benefited. Also helps in branding of our department, because next year we are going for NBA. So we're also planning to do some specialized courses for the student VLSI courses like CG Coral, CAD Center and all, which we had done earlier. But VLSI we have not done anything. Like boot camps we can plan. We can do something. I request Professor Shivappa also to help us in the upcoming of this department. Thank you, Dr. Shivappa, and the entire team.
Sure, we will do, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, HOD, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Can we end the session, sir?
Yeah. So have you taken the snapshots?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Are all the coordinators with the video on? Can we take one snapshot at the end? Madhura, Kritika?
Yes, sir.
So I will take one snapshot with all the one. Where is Manasa has not come? Yeah. I have taken. We can exit.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.